Hello, and welcome to Week 6 Watch Me video of Spring Term 2021 Scenic Design. If you remember, the purpose of these videos is to look back at the things that we worked on last week, look now to the things that we should be working on for this week, and then look ahead to some things that we might be needing to prepare for next week. So what did we do last week? Well, last week I completely redesigned the course so that we've removed about a third of the content that you, the student, would have due in the course. And I did that because I recognized that some of you were not turning in assignments. Some of you were struggling with, just getting things done. And we have to recognize it's not because you don't want to, and it's not because you can't, or you're not qualified, or you're unable to. It really is, I think, some long-term effects that we're having with COVID. So we would be foolish not to recognize the struggles that we're having as a community and simply say like, well, it doesn't really matter. It does really matter, and we need to make some adjustments accordingly. So here's what I did last week to hopefully recognize that we need to just pull back a little bit and reduce our workload in the class. One thing I did is I put online the video from the class session where we discussed all of that, so you can find that on the Moodle site. The other thing is I put a revised course assignment list that's at the very top of the Moodle site and essentially laid out. We only have 3 assignments that are due. So from week 5 to final exam week. So for 6 weeks of the class, we've got 3 assignments. One assignment is we're going to do a scenic design for Marcus or the Secretive Suite. Number 2 is we're going to watch the play Water by the Spoonful and write a production response on it. That's actually very easy to do, so not a lot of work with that. And then the third thing we'll do is we'll do a final exam, a final play design for the final exam. So really just those 3 projects is what we have yet to do in the class. Okay, so that's what we did last week, and we just kind of reconfigured all of that. What are we doing this week? Well, this week you should read Marcus or the Secretive Suite, and I only just received from the Theater Arts office at about 4:30 today the actual script. We've had it, but it just takes a while to PDF these things. So I've just uploaded that to the Moodle site, and then under the Week 5 materials, you should see both the dramaturgical notes for Marcus and the Secretive Suite, which has a whole bunch of historical background and research and things like that, and then there's actually the play by Terrell Alva McCraney. That's all we're doing this week is just kind of reading the play and coming up with some visual marks, some visual ideas. So remember the purpose of, or how you go about doing that is you look at the abstract questions, you think about the play, you come up with some ideas that you might have. You could think of a ground plan, or you could go out and find some images, and you kind of come up with some visual images that represent your idea of how you're going to do a play, or this play. That's the visual mark, and that's it. So that's should be pretty easy for you all to accomplish, right? And then what are we doing next week? Well, next week we're actually putting together our Nelda K. Balch shell and our design for Marcus and the Secretive Suite. So I'm going to mail those out I'll mail the ground plans out tomorrow. I've already given a few of you those ground plans because I see you in the theater. But the rest I'll mail. I've got the mailing tubes and everything from Kinko's, and those will be delivered to you if you've given me your address. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing tomorrow and this week, and that's what we'll be doing for next week. So that's all for this week's Watch Me video. I hope that was helpful. I hope that kind of reducing our workload and pulling back and slowing down in the class helps you not only with the scenic design class, but also maybe gives you a little brain relief with regards to all of the commitments that you probably have in your other classes as well. So that's all for now. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and we'll talk to you soon.